law firms, other co-reporting firms, vendors, insurance companies, corporate clients, and courts. The firms table in RB8 maintains the information database of all these entities that you work with. Now, to set up a new firm, you simply need to go to Setup and Firms, or we have provided an icon in the toolbar that you can simply click. Those three attorneys standing around together, that represents an icon for firm. So simply go ahead and click on that. Now, whenever you need to add a new firm, I recommend that to minimize the number of duplicates you enter into the system, they always look up and don't guess they might or might not be in the system. So for example, let's say I have a new client coming in called the Law Office of Young Lee, but just in case someone else already entered that law firm, I might just simply type in any part of the name, for example, Lee, and press enter, and pull up all the firms that contains the name Lee somewhere in their name. And here I do not see that firm. Now it'll be safe for me to go ahead and add a new client. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, new, and enter this law firm. So let's say we type a name first, Law Offices of Young Lee, and we'll tap down to the address box and then type a street address including suite number. Now here I recommend not using any abbreviation because we really want to look professional, because these names and addresses you type in here will be used for all the form letters, invoices and statements, and every email correspondence you do with your client. So that spell it out completely and do not use any abbreviations. Now when it comes to city, state, and zip code, we have a built-in postal database that looks up the zip code. If you type in the zip code, and we can actually reverse look up the city, town, or state provinces. So if you have a zip code for this new client, then always type in the zip code or postal code first. For example, let's say I have a zip code 87101, and then click on the binoculars button. Then as you will see, that database will do a reverse lookup and then put in the city, state, and country name automatically. I'm not sure about you, but you know, I wouldn't know how to spell Albuquerque exactly, so that it really helps me also to spell correctly. And one more example. For example, this is another city I'm having always trouble spelling. 37401, Binoculars, Chattanooga. Now, if there are more than one city or township belonging to that zip code, it'll give you a multiple choice for you to select from. So, for example, let's say 90005 will give me two cities that which I need to go ahead and select one. And we'll go ahead and put in the phone number of this law firm. Then you have alternate phone number, toll-free phone number, fax number, the firm type. In the drop-down, you can specify what type of firm this is. So we'll go ahead and select law firm. Warning. Warning is something that you want to put in here, that something you have to know about this firm whenever you are doing scheduling for this firm or doing the production turn-in or billing, that anything you type in here will be readily visible as warning for this particular firm. So typical things like always bill certain insurance company, or for example, they are slow pay, or do not bill late cancellation fees will be some of the examples of the warning message you might put it in here. Now later on, when this firm becomes inactive, or you want to, if you check that box, this firm will remain in the database, but it will not come up whenever you do a lookup. So you can use that inactive checkbox. Now let's go to additional tab. There are some more information where you can put it in, such as their web address or their home page. Then if you do put something in here, then there is the launch application button to the next of it, which can easily automatically take you to their website for you to do a lot of research. Okay. The parent firm concept in RB8 is designed for when you have a large law firm that has a multiple offices throughout the country, and you wanted to see their activities all at once rather than entering their local firm in the different cities. So Baker Botts or Vincent and Elkins could be a good example. So as I put in 15, 20 different offices, I can all put in their parent firm ID, such as their headquarters, for example, so that I can look at one individual firm's activity or their entire law firm, including 20 different offices altogether. This will be their federal tax ID number. If the firm will be COD, you can check the COD box. If they want always detail on their invoices, such as insurance companies or government agencies, you can check this box. If they like to consolidate statement, so in our RB8 system, each attorney that belonging to this law firm will get their own statement separately. But sometimes their accounting department or accounts payable department might ask you to consolidate and send them a single statement rather than multiple statements, one for each attorney. Then you can actually use this box here. We have two different ways of assessing finance charge or late fee. One is called late charge, also known as account service fee, which is a one-time flat amount, such as 5, 7, or 10%, for example. If you put 10% in there, then when invoice calculated to be $100, and it'll say total due 100, and right below that it'll say after, then you specify number of days, 30 or 45 days, pay, and then 110. So it is a one-time service fee, just like the one when you have a mortgage coupon or car payment or water bill. When you get, they always list two amounts. One if you pay in time, and a higher amount if you pay late. And that is exactly the same concept. On the other hand, the finance charge, which will be typically 1.5% per month, is actually the finance charge you will be generating for each month on the outstanding balance before you generate monthly statements. So you will never use both, rarely. So you can use either if you're going to use the finance charge concept in RB8. So when we go over receivables and accounting issues, we'll talk about more in detail. It's just enough to know when you set up the new client, you either use a late charge or finance charge. RB8 can also handle sales tax. Nowadays, I know most of the items that code reporting firm generates are not sales taxable, but some things can be, such as selling a videotape copy, or certain jurisdictions, the color exhibits can be taxable. So later on, when we set up each service item, we'll specify what is taxable, what is not. But here, under each firm, you will actually enter the sales tax rate of the local jurisdiction. The discount rate is used to enter what we call negotiated discount with this client, so that if you enter, for example, 7%, what that means is that we'll use our regular standard rates for example, $4.50 for original N1. But this client, whenever I build this client, it'll automatically generate 7% discount for those items that are discountable, and it'll print out a line item on your invoice says negotiated discount minus so much. Now, payment terms, you can select one from the drop down. Statement type, whether they like to receive a monthly statement, or if you do send it, whether you want to send it as an email, fax, or print. Okay? So default is print. And then you can enter that email address where statement can go to. The reference account number is that if the client has some kind of a accounting code, account number, or customer number you want to assign, if you have some kind of a back-end accounting system, you can actually use this number to export RBA information to that accounting system. Then the marketing tab, you can specify additional information concerning this client, such as this firm is the sole practitioner or large law firm, national, international, and so on and so forth. Firm rating, whether you require deposits, full deposit, no deposit, or partial deposit. You can select one of those custom drop-down values that you can create and maintain. The source will be the, how this client came to your firm, through some kind of a marketing event or mail or website or referral from other organizations and so on. You can specify if you wanted to. There are two ways you can pay a sales commission for this client. One is client of, that will be the co-reporter who brought in this client, or sales rep, that will be the actual account executives that is on your staff payroll, who goes out into the marketing efforts. So if either one applies, then you can enter their names here. This billing rate group specifies what type of rate this client will be applied. So you will set up, as part of the setup process, all the different type of billing rate groups, what used to be called member of in RB7. Then you can specify and tie this client to a single rate group. Now, at this point, you can simply click Save and Close to save this firm.